welcome back to Green Eyed Starlet. If you are new here, hello, I am Brandy, and I am working towards creating a life worth living through art, movement, and exploration. In today's video, we are going to be talking about goals, and more specifically, how it is okay to change or quit goals. If that sounds like something that would be interesting to you, please give this video a big thumbs up and keep watching. Let me ask you this, how many of you have seen this meme circulating Facebook and especially Instagram? I know I have. And I had seen it multiple times, but it wasn't until recently that it kind of actually hit me. Like, we have less than 3 months of 2019, but then if you sit back you go, oh my god, we have less than 3 months of this decade. And I don't know why, but it just makes the weight of these last 2.5 months feel like really important. I know what some of you may be saying, that time is a human construct and therefore should have no influence on an individual, but it is also fair to say that a lot of us use time and the concept of time to signify new chapters. Like, I personally freaking love the new year. I always have, and I think I always will, because it just feels so nice and clean and new, and it feels like you can start fresh. Does that mean you can only make goals once a year at the beginning of the year, and other than that it's like, well, I guess I have to wait till the new year? No, not at all. But I like having that new, refreshed energy that pushes me to do something. And I think each individual is different, and therefore it is important for us to figure out what our thing is. I mean, for me, I make a video every single year at the beginning of the year. It's my first video every single year of my goals canvas. If you've never seen one of my goals canvas videos, I've been making them for 5 or 6 years now. I'll leave a little link to it right up here. But yeah, basically at the beginning of each year, I create a list of 10 things that I want to accomplish that year. I draw them out in some form, I'm not the best artist, onto a canvas, and I color them in as I go. I have absolutely loved this process throughout the years because it's allowed me to see, you know, what I've done, what I've accomplished, what I have been putting on my goals canvas for many years and still haven't accomplished. That's one of the, you know, big observations that you make when you do these things. But I feel like this year I've had this new, like, epiphany. It's not something really new. A lot of us have heard it. Not all of us feel it yet. We can start and create and change goals at any point in our life. Any day, any week, any month of the entire year, we can decide, you know what, I have a new goal. Or you know what, that goal that I set for myself 6 months ago that I still haven't started on, I'm realizing I haven't started on because it actually is not that important to me. It's okay to change and modify goals or quit them altogether. Obviously, what sparks the idea for this video is, one, this meme again, because I am thinking to myself, okay, we've got about 2.5 more months of 2019. Regardless of the fact that it's the end of a decade, it's getting close to the end of the year, which is normally when I start sitting back and go, oh, okay, this is all the stuff I still want to accomplish this year. But I was looking at my goals canvas the other day. Actually, let me get that for you real quick. So I was looking at my goals canvas the other day, and as you can see, not a lot is colored in. Some of it's actually not colored in because it hangs on my wall, and when I accomplish certain things, I'm lazy, I guess, and I don't take the time to take it off the wall and color in my accomplishments. So, like, I'm pretty sure I've read like 6 books this year, which is definitely still not my goal, but it's definitely not 2. And I've gone on way more trips and stuff like that. But like, what is this? What is this? You know? And now, actually sitting back and thinking about it again, certain things that I put on my goals canvas have already changed in their own, like, regard, because some of the things I drew on here didn't have such a specific or quantifiable goal that now that I'm looking at them, I'm like, well, these kind of came true a little bit, but not completely. And if I had more of a strong focus, maybe they would be further than they are now. The biggest thing on my list that I've realized that I want to give up for right now, maybe in the future, I would want to pick it back up, but I said I wanted to make 3 cosplays this year, and I put together about half of one, like a good half of one. I needed like 4 more pieces to this costume, and then it would have been a very dope cosplay. It was Raven from like Teen Titans and everything, but like I still haven't gotten her cape, I haven't fixed her belt, certain things like that. So like I put effort and some money into it, and then just kind of gave up on it and never ever touched any other cosplays for the rest of the year. And part of me, every time I thought, oh, well, I should be working on my cosplays, I was like, but I could use that money for something else. You know what I mean? And I went on this big trip in the middle of this summer. Like, I went to 3 different countries and came back to California for a week. So like, I traveled for pretty much an entire month, and that's where a lot of my money went. And to me, that was more important than creating cosplays. What I think is really funny about this video is I've been planning on making this video for about 2 weeks now, and I've been like writing the script and writing out all of the things that I wanted to say in this video, and 2 days ago I started listening to Rachel Hollis's book Girl Stop Apologizing, which if you've never read Rachel Hollis's books, Girl Wash Your Face and Girl Stop Apologizing, I can't recommend enough. Like, they're great. They're really great. And I haven't even finished Girl Stop Apologizing, but I'm already in love with it. I already kind of want to reread what I've already read and listened to. But she talks about how you can have all of these goals, and some of them are, you know, goals for other people, but to you might just be like a really cool idea. And I think for me personally, I'm using this cosplay as like my example that maybe can help you figure out your example in your group of things. But like, a lot of my friends do cosplay, and I think they're beautiful and amazing, and I see how much work and effort and hours and money goes into their cosplays, and I think it's amazing. I applaud them so much. And you know, I was like, you know what? I like to dress up, and I mean, like, I'm an actress. I like to get into wigs. I like to get into makeup and all of that stuff. But I'm really not good at makeup, and I really don't have the patience to like make or sew or do costumes. And I have a very basic knowledge of that information anyways. Like, my mom used to sew all the time and probably can make beautiful, amazing cosplays, but I know like a basic way to sew a pillow, you know? So for me, creating 3 cosplays this year, financially and time-wise, was just a really cool idea. And maybe if I had like thousands and thousands of dollars that I could just, you know, invest in finding, you know, a designer to make my dress, or like working really hard to create my own stuff, then that'd be different. But it's not like one of my top goals, and this is the big thing. This is the big thing, and I want you to ask this to yourself when you're going through your list of goals. This is also something I kind of stole from Rachel and adjusted a little more to me and what resonated with me. But like, where do you want to be in 5 to 10 years, right? Who do you want to be? Does this goal get you to that? Like, if I want to be like this amazing, you know, actress, businesswoman, stuff like that, things like, you know, staying fit and staying in shape, and, you know, setting a quantifiable goal for how many auditions I want to go on and stuff like that will push me to get there. You know, telling myself I want to make this many YouTube videos this week, this month, this year. That's a goal that will actually get me to the person I want to be down the road. I don't want to be a famous cosplayer. I just really, really enjoy that world and seeing it and everything, so it was a cool idea to me. I'm not trying to harp on cosplaying at all. Obviously, I've been praising it as much as I can in this video. That's just my goal that I've been using as an example of one that I'm actually planning on quitting, and I actually kind of want to signify that by drawing an X through that on my goals canvas, because I want my brain to know that I'm not working towards that anymore. Because when you put a bunch of goals in front of your brain's gonna be like, okay, how can I do this? And even if you're not actively working towards that at that very moment, your brain in the background is going to be running things. And that's why it's so important to focus on goals and focus like specifically on what you want to accomplish. Like, to use another example, I've had write and finish a body of work, like a body of literature, whether that be a screenplay, a book of poetry, a memoir, anything. I want to complete, finish, write the entirety of it, even just a first draft of one of these things. And I have started probably close to 80 different writing projects. Have I finished a single one of them? No. And I don't know if that's like a lack of motivation, a lack of discipline, probably a lack of discipline if I'm being honest with myself. And you have to be honest with yourself when it comes down to these goals. Because you're gonna look at some goals and be like, oh, well, I've never accomplished that over the last 5 years, and so I guess I'll never do it. But have you really sat down with a planner, with your schedule, with your phone calendar app and been like, okay, Wednesdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. I'm just gonna write. I'm gonna write for 2 hours, get as many words on a page as I possibly can, no matter if they're good or bad, and just see what happens. Or if you're trying to get into shape, have you carved out time to go to the gym? Like, discipline is a big one for me, honestly, and now that I've gotten older, I see that. Like, I see that I have all of these goals and I can probably accomplish like 85 to maybe 100% of them if I was actually more disciplined with myself and more honest with myself. For people who constantly say they want to create YouTube channels, like, it's not easy. You have to be disciplined. I could be taking a nap right now because I'm exhausted, but I want to be here. I want to work towards my goal. I want to film this for you guys because I love this connection that we have in this community that we're building. And if I wasn't disciplined enough right now, I'd probably be taking a nap. I also surround myself with a lot of people who are encouraging of my goals. You know, my boyfriend, I texted while I was sitting on the couch and he's like, get up and film a video. And you need those kind of people in your life. So this video is kind of morphed from what I originally thought it was gonna be, but I kind of like creating this dialogue because, you know, it's October, right? The year is winding down. So should you be winding down and starting to be like, oh, well, I didn't accomplish this year, so I'm going to put that on my 2020 goals. No! You still have 2.5 months. You've got this. And if you can't accomplish this goal before, you know, 2020, that's okay. But you should still start today. And I'm still going back and forth on this. I still don't know how I personally feel about it and where I'm at. And I know I keep quoting Rachel, but in Rachel Hollis's book, Girl Stop Apologizing, she talks about that we should have one goal at a time, and that one is really hard for me because I am a goal digger. Not gold digger, but a goal digger. I like to have goals. I like to have things that I'm working towards constantly. Like, I really enjoy that. I'm structured like that. That's how my brain works. So it's hard for me to be sitting there and go, okay, but only one goal at a time? That's hard to narrow it down for me. And obviously it takes some reflection. It takes some being honest, like brutally honest with yourself, some self-reflection. You can't sit there and lie to yourself about these things. But like I said, you have 2.5 months. Pick one, pick two, maybe 3 goals, okay? Maybe not more than 3 goals. I think I could find a happy medium there and maybe one day work on one goal at a time, but that gives me anxiety also. I don't know. But find something to focus on for the next 2.5 months and see how far you can go. Did you tell yourself you wanted to start doing yoga this year? Well, guess what? Sign up for a yoga class. I have a yoga class if you'd like to come to mine. Did you want to write a book? Well, guess what? November is National Novel Writing Month. I don't know if I said that correctly, but people all sit down and write novels in November. Guess what? Next month is November. You have time. Did you want to get in shape? Great! Start working out 3 times a week for the rest of the year. You will not believe how far you can get your body from now till the end of the year. Don't wait to start in 2020. Start right now. Make a list of goals. Go and find your list of goals from the beginning of the year. See what's on there, see what still resonates with you, see what you still want to accomplish, and then write a new list, okay? And revisit that list every single day. Some people say to rewrite the list every single day. Some people say to keep that list like on your phone at all times. Like, I don't think there's any one right answer, but I do know this. You will never get anywhere if you don't take the first step, okay? You might have to walk 100,000 miles, okay? It might take you years upon years to get to your goal, whatever it may be. But I can guarantee you that you're not gonna get there any faster if you don't take 1 step today. Maybe 2 steps tomorrow, maybe another 1 step the next day. It's not a race. Don't think of it as a sprint. Think of it as a marathon, and I know how cheesy that is. And I think this whole video might have just been cliches the entire time. But I honestly do believe that you can hear the same things over and over and over again, and it just takes that one person saying it in that one way to make it click in your head. So maybe I'm that one person, or maybe I'm that last person before you find that one person that helps you make it click in your mind. But please, write down a list of goals today and start working towards them. 2019 is not over yet. This decade is not over yet. You still have time, and you still can accomplish amazing things. I don't know where really any of that came from. It was kind of just a ramble rant, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you find some motivation in the words that I speak out of my mouth right now. I love you guys so much, honestly. Like, you guys have no idea how much I love you guys and how much I am rooting for you, each and every single one of you. You are important, and so are your goals. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you're not already. If you've watched till the end of the video, please leave me a comment down below telling me what goals you're working towards, what goals you would like to accomplish before the end of the year. Let me know so we can hold each other accountable here. I think I'm gonna do a huge Instagram post of all the things I want to accomplish before 2019 is over, so make sure you go check out my Instagram, and all my other socials will be linked down below. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a great day, a great week, and I will see you next Saturday. Bye!